And it is for us who still have the work to do to continue what we were doing, seeing. But we are all in great sympathy.
What if I told you that, behind the lively beats and unforgettable tunes of reggae's biggest stars, there are some of the most surprising and mysterious stories ever found? From the strange death of Tenor Saw to Joseph Hill's health struggles, these stories reveal a hidden side of reggae legends. Here are some of the most shocking autopsy reports in reggae history that still fascinate and puzzle fans everywhere. Tenor Saw. Clive Bright, better known as Tenor Saw, was an important figure in Jamaican dancehall music during the 1980s. He got his big break in 1984 when producer George Pong gave him a chance to record his first song, Roll Call, on the Powerhouse label. This song showed his Christian background and love for singing in church. Tenor Saw quickly became famous because of his unique voice and energetic style. He was part of Youthman Promotion Sound, a group known for being very competitive in Jamaica's sound clash culture. One of his most famous songs, Ring the Alarm, produced by Winston Riley using the Stalag rhythm, became a dancehall classic. The song became legendary after a big 1985 sound clash where Youthman Promotion competed against other top sounds like Black Scorpio, Arrows, and Prince Jammy. Tenor Saw's performance stood out and helped build his strong reputation. During his career, Tenor Saw made many hits that helped shape the digital era of dancehall music. Some of his popular songs are Pumpkin Belly, Lots of Sign, Fever, and Run Come Call Me. He worked closely with King Jammy, especially on the Sleng Tang rhythm with the song Pumpkin Belly. This rhythm caused a famous radio battle between Barry G and David Rodigan. Tenor Saw also teamed up with Sugar Minott and Nitty Gritty, which strengthened his place in reggae history. Sugar Minott even released Tenor Saw's first album called Fever. Tenor Saw showed his skill by turning old rhythms from the 1960s and 1970s into fresh digital dancehall music, respecting reggae's roots while bringing something new. Sadly, Tenor Saw's career ended too soon when he died on August 13, 1988, at only 21 years old. The cause of his death is still unclear and surrounded by mystery. He was found dead on a street in Houston, Texas, far from Jamaica. At first, some reports said he died from gunshot wounds in New York City, but later the official cause was said to be pneumonia, possibly from being left outside. The Jamaican Gleaner newspaper waited 2 months before reporting his death, which added to the confusion. His early death took away one of dancehall's brightest stars, but his music still lives on and influences the scene today. Barry Brown. Barry Brown grew up in the lively sound system scene of Western Kingston. He developed his skills alongside friends like Barrington Levy and Rod Taylor. With help from important producers like Linval Thompson and Sugar Minott, he shaped his own singing style and deep, meaningful lyrics. His music career really took off in the late 1970s, when producer Bunny Lee brought him into the studio. Early hits like Mr. Money Man and Give Thanks and Praise helped him get noticed. His big breakthrough came with the song Step It Up Youthman in 1979, which made him famous in Jamaica and beyond. This success led to an album with the same name on Paradise Records. Between the late 70s and early 80s, Brown worked a lot with top producers like Winston Holness, Joseph Hu Kim, Prince Jammy, Henry Junjo Laws, and Coxsone Dodd. He played an important role in moving from roots reggae to the new dancehall style. In 1983, his album Far East with Studio One showed how he could mix thoughtful roots reggae themes with the new digital dancehall beats. Barry Brown's songs stood out because they mixed sharp wit, rough honesty, and emotional storytelling. His music reflected the tough life and dreams of people living in Jamaican ghettos. He often sang about the powerful pull of sound system parties, making him a true voice of the streets. Songs like Can't Stop Natty Dread, It Rough My Brother, and Mount Zion show his ability to switch from socially aware roots reggae to simpler dancehall rhythms. He often worked with top musicians like the Roots Radics, and had his music mixed by dub legends such as scientists at King Tubby's studio. His high-pitched singing and skill in blending roots and dancehall put him alongside other reggae greats like Barrington Levy, Freddie McGregor, and Sugar Minott. Even with his success, Brown faced some struggles. He started his own label called Jabba Roots, but it did not grow much because he lacked the right promotional support and connections. After releasing 11 albums between 1979 and 1984, he made music less often. Still, he stayed popular on sound systems like Jah Shakas, which often played his vocal and dub tracks. Sadly, Barry Brown died in May 2004 at age 42. He died in Kingston's Sound Waves recording studio after falling and hitting his head. Before his death, he had been dealing with health problems like asthma and substance abuse, which worsened in the 1990s. His death was called an accident, but it was sudden and sad. Barry Brown left behind a strong and lasting impact on reggae music as a beloved and important artist. Carlton Barrett. Carlton Barrett is one of the most important drummers in reggae music. He is best known for being the drummer for Bob Marley and the Wailers for many years. Barrett created a new style of drumming called the one-drop rhythm, which focuses on the third beat of the bar. This style helped shape the sound of reggae music all over the world. His drumming was full of interesting rhythms and cool drum intros that added a fresh and smooth feel to reggae. Barrett grew up in Kingston and started his music journey in a simple way. As a teenager, he made his first drum set using empty paint cans he found on the street. This showed his early love for rhythm and creativity. He played with his brother, Aston family man Barrett, and together they became the strong rhythm team for the Wailers. Before joining Bob Marley, they played in groups like the Soulmates and the Hippie Boys. Their tight and fresh style caught Bob Marley's attention, and he invited them to join his band in 1969. This began a long partnership that created many famous reggae songs. Barrett's drumming was more than just keeping the beat. It made the music feel relaxed and deep. He used soft hi-hat sounds, careful snare hits, and simple kick drum patterns that gave the music space to breathe. You can hear this in Marley's famous songs like No Woman No Cry, Jamming, and Exodus. His drumming was so unique that many others tried to copy it, but few could match his skill and feel. His drum fills often played back and forth between different drums, adding extra layers and emotion to the music. Barrett also worked with other famous reggae artists like Bunny Wailer, Augustus Pablo, and Peter Tosh. He helped shape the sound of reggae and dub music by working with producers such as Lee Scratch Perry and King Tubby. Over time, his drum sets changed from homemade kits to better brands like Ludwig and Yamaha, but he always used his favorite Ludwig 402 snare drum, which became part of his signature sound. Sadly, Barrett's life ended in tragedy. On April 15, 1987, when he was 36 years old, he was shot and killed outside his home in Kingston. The details of his death are still painful and unclear. 2 weeks later, his wife, her lover, and another person were arrested and charged with his murder, showing it was a personal and family matter. His violent death shocked the music world in Jamaica, cutting short the life of a man whose rhythms had given so much soul to reggae. The autopsy confirmed Barrett died from gunshot wounds to the head. His murder was a huge loss to reggae music, not only because of his talent, but also because of how he helped bring reggae to fans around the world. Garnett Silk. Garnett Silk's first album, It's Growing, 1992, was a big success in Jamaica. Produced by Bobby Digital, it mixed strong cultural, spiritual, and romantic themes. The album included the song Hello Mama Africa, which became his first major hit internationally. It topped reggae charts in Britain and helped make him known outside Jamaica. His smooth and emotional tenor voice, combined with his Rastafarian beliefs, gave his music a powerful and uplifting feeling that many people around the world connected with. In the early 1990s, Silk worked with top reggae producers like King Jammy, Steely and Clevie, Sly and Robbie, and Donovan Germain, creating hits like Zion in a Vision, Fill Us Up With Your Mercy, and Thank You Jah. Even though his career was rising fast, the busy touring and recording schedules affected his health. In 1993, during a show at the Ritz Theater in New York City, he collapsed from low blood pressure and exhaustion. Because of this, he had to cancel his first performance at Reggae Sumfest and take 6 months off to rest. Silk returned strong in 1994, headlining big festivals like Reggae Sumfest and Reggae Sunsplash. His live performance at Reggae Sunsplash was so powerful, it was later released as Live at Reggae Sunsplash 1994. That same year, he released the single Love Is the Answer and worked with Richie Stephens on Fight Back, which became very popular and topped charts in Jamaica. Sadly, Garnett Silk's bright career ended suddenly on December 9, 1994. He died in a house fire at his mother's home in Manchester, Jamaica. The fire started because a propane cylinder exploded. Silk died trying to save his mother, Edgar Gray, who also lost her life. His death shocked reggae fans and the music community worldwide. The official cause was smoke inhalation and burns. Although his career lasted only about 5 years, Garnett Silk left a big mark on reggae music. He mixed roots reggae's spiritual and cultural messages with the new dancehall style, making him special and influential. He made over 30 albums, many collections that keep his memory alive. After his death, his music was re-released by big record labels like VP Records and Atlantic Records, so his influence continues. If you are enjoying this video, appreciate it by giving it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Jacob Miller. Miller was known as Killer because of his strong operatic singing and his powerful stage presence. He became one of the top voices in reggae music during an important time for the genre. When he was 8, he moved to Kingston to live with his grandmother, where he started to develop his musical skills. By the age of 16, he made his first recordings with the famous producer Clement Sir Coxsone Dodd at Studio One. At first, Miller recorded as a solo artist in the late 1960s and early 1970s. His career took a big turn in 1974 when he joined the reggae band Inner Circle as their lead singer. He helped shape the band's sound with songs like Tenement Yard, which spoke about life in Jamaica's poor neighborhoods. While working with the band, he also kept making solo songs like Forward Jah Jah Children, I'm a Natty, and Tired Faye Lick Weed. These songs showed his political views and Rastafarian beliefs. His singing style was special, using sharp rhythms that matched the beat, especially in songs like Tired Faye Lick Weed. Miller also worked closely with producer Augustus Pablo and dub engineer King Tubby. One of their famous tracks is King Tubby Meets the Rockers Uptown, a dub version of Miller's Baby I Love You So. This song is seen as a classic in reggae and dub music because of Miller's soulful voice and Tubby's creative mixing. Miller's other songs with Pablo, like Keep On Knocking and False Rasta, helped him become a major figure in roots reggae. His influence went beyond music. Miller was an important part of the 1978 One Love Peace concert in Jamaica, where he helped promote peace during a time of political trouble. His song, Peace Treaty Special, showed his dedication to peace and social justice, making him a symbol of reggae's message for the oppressed. Sadly, Miller's life ended too soon. On March 23, 1980, at 27 years old, he died in a car accident in Kingston when his car hit a pole. His death shocked many fans, and over 3,000 people came to his funeral. The official report said his death was from the crash with no signs of foul play. After his death, Miller was honored many times. In 2019, the Jamaican government gave him the Order of Distinction for his music. Fans and awards shows, like the International Reggae and World Music Awards, also continue to celebrate his legacy with lifetime achievement honors. Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh was one of the original members of the famous group, The Wailers, along with Bob Marley and Bunny Wailer. Together, they helped bring reggae music to the world. The Wailers mixed Caribbean beats with American jazz and R&B at first, and later, their music became more focused on political messages inspired by the civil rights movements of the 1960s. Tosh was very important to the band because he was the only one trained in playing instruments. He taught his bandmates how to play guitar and keyboard and helped create early hits like Simmer Down, which was a big success in Jamaica. Tosh stood out in the Wailers because his songs were more serious and political compared to Bob Marley's more hopeful style. He helped write famous songs like I Shot the Sheriff and Get Up, Stand Up, which became anthems for standing up against injustice. But as Bob Marley became more famous, Tosh left the band in 1974 to start his solo career. From then on, he focused on fighting for social justice, black pride, and the legalization of substances. His first solo album, Legalize It in 1976, was both music and a message. It called for the legalization of substances and challenged the authorities. The album was banned on Jamaican radio, but became popular internationally, even reaching the US Billboard charts. the title song became a symbol for Rastafarians and others who supported substance legalization. Tosh formed a new band called Word, Sound, and Power, and released more albums like Equal Rights in 1977, which included strong songs like the title track and Stepping Razor, known for showing his bold personality. In 1978, Tosh worked with the Rolling Stones label and reached a wider audience with the album Bush Doctor. He even sang with Mick Jagger on the song Don't Look Back. At the 1978 One Love Peace concert, Tosh showed his bravery by openly challenging political leaders and lighting a substance spliff on stage. His bold actions led to problems with the police, including being arrested and beaten for substance possession. During the 1980s, Tosh kept releasing music with strong political messages like Mystic Man, Wanted Dread and Alive, Mama Africa, and Captured Lives, which earned him his first Grammy nomination. His last album, No Nuclear War, in 1987, won a Grammy and showed his fight against war and injustice. Sadly, Peter Tosh was murdered on September 11, 1987, during a home invasion in Kingston, Jamaica. He was shot many times, and his death shocked fans and the music world. The autopsy confirmed he died from gunshot wounds during the robbery. Many saw his murder as a tragic loss to reggae music and its powerful message. After his death, Tosh was honored with the Jamaican Order of Merit in 2012 for his huge impact on music and social justice. Lucky Dube was raised by his mother after his father left the family. He started his music career playing mbikanga, a style that mixes Zulu music and jazz, with a band called the Love Brothers. But in the early 1980s, he was inspired by reggae stars like Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, so he switched to reggae music. This change shaped his whole career and made him famous. His first reggae album, Rastas Never Die, 1984, came out during the harsh times of apartheid in South Africa. The government banned it because of its strong political messages. Even so, Dube kept going and released Think About the Children in 1986. This album became a big hit and made him one of the top reggae artists in South Africa and around the world. It sold very well and started his long career, during which he made 22 albums over 25 years. In the late 1980s and 1990s, Lucky Dube released many successful albums like Slave, Together as One, Prisoner, and Victims. His 1993 album Victims sold over 1 million copies worldwide, a rare success for an African reggae singer. In 1995, he signed with Motown Records, and his album Trinity was the first release on Taboo Records after Motown took over. His music mixed African sounds like mbakanga and soukous with reggae. His songs talked about racial equality, justice, and hope. With a powerful voice and strong stage presence, he toured with famous artists like Peter Gabriel, Sting, and Ziggy Marley. Lucky Dube used his music to fight against apartheid and colonialism. He encouraged African people to unite and resist oppression. He played at important events like the 1991 Reggae Sunsplash and the 2005 Live 8 concert in Johannesburg. Besides music, he acted in movies like Voice in the Dark and Lucky Strikes Back, showing his influence beyond singing. Sadly, Lucky Dube's life ended suddenly on October 18, 2007. He was shot and killed during a carjacking attempt in Johannesburg. The attackers tried to steal his car, and he was fatally wounded. Official reports confirmed he died from gunshot wounds during the robbery. Bob Marley. His career started in 1963 when he formed the group The Wailing Wailers with Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer. Later, called Bob Marley and the Wailers, this group showed his special mix of reggae, ska, and rocksteady. His singing style and deeply spiritual songs made their music stand out. Early on, Marley released the album The Wailing Wailers in 1965. It included songs like One Love, which spread his message of peace and unity. When the Wailers signed with Island Records, things changed. Albums like Catch a Fire and Burnin' in 1973 made them known worldwide. Marley's belief in Rastafari shaped his music and public image, adding themes of spirituality, social justice, and African pride. His albums Natty Dread, 1974, and Rastaman Vibration, 1976, made him even more famous with songs like War, based on a speech by Haile Selassie Farfara, who Rastafarians respect. Even with his growing fame, Marley faced political trouble. In 1976, there was an attempt to kill him at his home in Jamaica. He moved to London for safety and recorded Exodus in 1977. This album mixed blues, soul, and British rock, earning great success and praise. Time magazine later called it the album of the century. In the late 1970s, Marley released important albums like Kaya, Survival, and Uprising. He became a worldwide symbol of reggae and Rastafari culture. His music was more than just songs. It pushed for peace, unity, and the legalization of substance. The live version of No Woman, No Cry became a global favorite. Sadly, Marley's career ended early because of illness. In 1977, he was diagnosed with melanoma, a type of skin cancer starting in his toe after an injury. He refused to amputate the toe because of his faith and fear it would affect his dancing. The cancer spread, but he kept performing. By 1980, it had reached his brain, lungs, and stomach. That year, he collapsed while jogging in New York City. Bob Marley died on May 11, 1981, at age 36 in Miami. The world mourned him, and Jamaica gave him a state funeral, honoring him as a national hero. Just before he died, he was baptized into the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, an important spiritual moment. The autopsy showed he died from cancer that had spread through his body. His choice not to remove the toe likely helped the cancer grow. After his death, Marley was honored many times, including entry into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a Grammy Lifetime Award, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His album Legend remains the best-selling reggae album ever, and has stayed popular for decades. Gregory Isaacs. Gregory Isaacs, known as the cool ruler of reggae, built a remarkable career with his smooth and emotional singing. He deeply influenced lovers' rock and roots reggae music. He started singing as a teenager in talent shows and made his first recording in 1968 under the name Winston Sinclair with the song Another Heartache, which did not do well at first, but he did not give up. In 1973, he helped start the African Museum record label with Errol Dunkley. That year, he released My Only Lover, often called the first lover's rock song. This became his big break and set the mood for his music career, which focused on love and soul. Isaac's unique style mixed reggae beats with the feelings of R&B, allowing him to express love, heartbreak, and social issues clearly. Early songs like All I Have Is Love, Lonely Soldier, and Black a Kill Black showed how he could sing soft love songs and also strong roots reggae with messages. He worked with famous Jamaican producers like Alvin Ranglin, Winston Holness, and Lee Perry. Hits like Love Is Overdue from 1974 and later songs like Border and Number One made him very popular. By the late 1970s, Isaacs was one of reggae's biggest stars worldwide, only behind Bob Marley and Dennis Brown. He often toured in the US, UK, and other countries. The 1980s were the high point of Isaacs' career. His 1982 album Night Nurse was a huge success and is seen as his best work. The album had famous songs like Night Nurse and Cool Down the Pace. It showed his smooth singing and romantic style, liked by both reggae fans and regular music listeners. He made this album with the Roots Radix Band and co-producer Errol Brown. Isaacs kept mixing lovers' rock and roots reggae in albums like Soon Forward, 1979, and Red Rose for Gregory, 1988. These albums had love songs, but also talked about problems like injustice and violence in poor areas. Isaacs was not just a great singer in the studio, he was also an exciting live performer. His strong voice and stage presence earned him many fans around the world. He toured a lot, visiting North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia, sharing the feelings of reggae with many people. But despite his success, Isaacs faced personal problems. He struggled with substance addiction and had legal troubles that hurt his health and career. People called him the bad boy of reggae because he was arrested several times. This made him a more complex figure since his music was smooth and heartfelt. Isaacs made a huge amount of music. It is said he released over 500 albums and singles, making him one of the most recorded reggae artists ever. In 2010, the Jamaican government honored him with the Order of Distinction, Officer Class, for his great impact on music and culture. His songs still inspire reggae and lovers rock musicians today, showing how lasting his influence is. Sadly, Isaac's life ended early because of illness. He was diagnosed with lung cancer, and his health got worse in the years before he died. He passed away on October 25, 2010, at his home in London at age 59. The reports confirmed lung cancer caused his death, likely made worse by his long fight with substance use and his lifestyle. Joseph Hill. Joseph Hill started his music career in the late 1960s as a percussion player with the Soul Defenders. Being part of Jamaica's lively music scene gave him a strong base for his future work. Later, he moved from playing percussion to becoming the lead singer and songwriter. This change was important because he began to include Rastafarian beliefs, social issues, and Jamaica's history and struggles in his songs. In 1976, Hill created the group Culture with his cousins Albert Walker and Kenneth Days. At first, they were called the African Disciples. This vocal trio quickly became well known in the roots reggae world. Their big break came with the album 2/7's Clash in 1977. This album was about a Rastafarian prediction that the world would face chaos on July 7, 1977. The title song, made with famous producers Joe Gibbs and the rhythm team Sly and Robbie, became very popular in Jamaica and other countries. It even influenced punk bands in the UK like The Clash. So many Jamaicans believed the prediction that many stayed indoors on that day. 2/7's Clash was later named one of the 50 coolest records by Rolling Stone magazine, the only reggae album by one artist to get this honor. Hill's songs often talked about political troubles, social justice, and the Rastafarian faith. Songs like Natty Never Get Weary and Stop Fussing and Fighting showed the difficult political times in 1970s Jamaica. His lyrics were not just spiritual, but also taught people about slavery, oppression, and the need for peace and unity. During his live shows, he mixed singing with talking to help listeners understand Jamaican history and Rastafarian ideas. Culture's fame grew after their performance at the 1978 One Love Peace concert, an event to help stop political violence in Jamaica. The group became famous worldwide, playing many shows in the United States, Europe, and Africa. Hill's wife Pauline was the band's road manager, showing how important family was to keeping Culture going. Hill earned many awards for his work, including being honored in the Jamaican Reggae Walk of Fame and receiving the 2005 Independence Award from the Prime Minister of Jamaica. His nickname, Keeper of Zion Gate, showed his role as a spiritual leader in Rastafari and reggae music. Sadly, Hill died suddenly on August 19, 2006. While on tour in Berlin, Germany, he had a heart attack on the tour bus. His death shocked fans and musicians everywhere. The autopsy confirmed the heart attack as the cause, showing how hard years of touring had affected his health. His funeral in Jamaica was a major event, with many important people, including Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller, honoring his huge impact on Jamaican culture. After Hill's death, his son Kenyatta Hill became Culture's lead singer. Kenyatta performs his father's songs, like 2/7's Clash, keeping Joseph Hill's spirit alive for new reggae fans. What are your thoughts on these autopsy reports from these artists? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content.